Hi, I'm Mayur. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Arlo Sky. We are a high-end luggage brand for the creative mindset, the design-obsessed community. The first thing I wanted to talk about was when you're thinking of starting a luxury brand, you need to be very, very specific and focused on who is it that you're targeting, who is it that you're designing for, who is it that you're offering that experience to. And that also means making choices. Making choices in the sense that if you are targeting a certain person or a certain set of people, that also means you are not targeting others. And when we think of the way we design or we think of targeting people, I think it's less about income, and I think it's less about demographics, and I think it's less about where you live, and it's much more about mindset, which transcends, millennials or baby boomers or Gen X or Gen Y. I think it's really about thinking of them as where do they shop, where do they vacation, what are their core values, what's important to them, and I think building that brand needs to start first and foremost with who is that customer and sticking to your lane, because every brand has a lane and you need to define your lane, and that's defined primarily by who is that customer that you're speaking to. The second aspect that I wanted to talk about building a luxury brand is creating a category disruptive product and ensuring that product has integrity. So by category disruption, I'll give you a quick example. Louis Vuitton in 1850 started his business making trunks. Prior to that, there were also trunks, but these trunks were made of steel and they had domes to prevent rain from accumulating on the tops, which meant that they would rust. He came up with a new material, a leather/canvas material that made them significantly lighter, and a flat-topped version, which meant that you could stack more trunks on it. Back then in the 1850s, category disruptive. If you look at Arlo Sky, when we decided to make luggage, we wanted to have a category disruptive product. So in our case, there are 4 things that we made sure make it that way. First, it charges your phone. So you could pop in your charger, or you could remove the charger from it. That's built into the suitcase. Second, it has no zippers. Zippers are typically the first things that break in a suitcase. We got rid of them. It opens with one touch. The material is made of an aluminum alloy, which is significantly stronger than plastic. And third, the wheels are arguably the most quiet wheels in the world. So category disruptive products are essential, or experiences are essential to your success. And related to that is having product integrity. And product integrity is something that takes time to build, but it's something that's unique to you, unique to your core values, and unique to your core experience. In, again, our case, it was the science of engineering a case made of aluminum magnesium alloy, and combined with that, the design thinking behind making sure that the charger that's built in is also removable. So in short, think hard about what is it that of your experience or your product is category disruptive. So the third tip that I give on creating a luxury brand is to have a category-defining aesthetic. That aesthetic must be true to your style, and that aesthetic must be true to your values. And spend a lot of time thinking of what that aesthetic is. So specifically, if you're making a product or a building, think of what that aesthetic is, and then stay true to it whenever you build the next thing and the following thing after that, because in each design, in each aesthetic, you design and develop codes, and these design codes must stay with you over time. So I think it's a really important thing not only to think about the aesthetic of the things you're building, but also the communication aesthetic, the website. If, for example, in our case, everything that we decided to do in terms of aesthetic came down to one word: simplicity. And so designing the case, building the website, making sure your checkout experience is fast. When you call, not making sure that you're waiting 20 minutes to have somebody on the phone. All of these things ultimately are distilled to one aesthetic, and that's simplicity. So have a think about what is that for you, and how that translates not only to the products and experiences you're giving, but also to your communication touch points across the various ways you speak to clients and interact with them. The last point that I'd like to share on how to build a lasting luxury brand is this notion of creating desirability for your clients. You must think about how you do that, and the way we do it is by telling stories. Stories not about the product, but about what we believe. And once you tell stories in a compelling, creative way about what you believe, you suddenly have an ability to connect with a client at a much deeper level than just trying to sell them what you offer. So think about that, and also think about exclusivity. Exclusivity is essential to building a luxury brand, and exclusivity means saying no to many opportunities, even though they might be in the short term something that you might benefit from, but in the long term you have to stay true to your values and your mission and your aesthetic. So think about those things, and wishing you the best of luck.